My name is Susan. Standing in the grand ballroom of the charity gala, surrounded by the opulence and the well-heeled crowd, I felt a sense of liberation I'd never known before. Derek, my sister's wealthy boyfriend, was looking at me with a mix of shock and apology, while my sister, Emily, was pale as a sheet. It all started a few days before Thanksgiving. My family is from an old, moneyed background in the city. My father, Richard, a 60-year-old former banker, was always a passive man, never standing up for me in the family dynamic. My mother, Cynthia, is a social climber, constantly concerned with appearances and status in the high society circles. She always favored Emily, my younger sister, who landed a high-paying job in a top-tier marketing firm and was dating Derek, the CEO of a multi-million-dollar investment company. 5 days before Thanksgiving, I was grading history papers at my small, cozy apartment in a less posh neighborhood. I was a history teacher at a local high school, a job I loved deeply, but it didn't carry the prestige my mother wanted. The phone rang and it was my mother. Her voice had that fake warmth. "Susan, we need to talk about Thanksgiving. Emily is bringing Derek to meet the family, and she thinks it'd be better if you weren't there. Your teaching job might not be the best fit for the kind of people Derek associates with." I felt a pang in my chest, but I was used to this kind of treatment. I said, "I understand," and hung up the phone. What they didn't know was that I'd been the sole trustee of a $15 million inheritance left by my late grandmother, Amelia, for the past 2 years. Grandma Amelia was the only one in the family who truly saw me. When I graduated from my master's program in history, she attended the ceremony while my parents sent a card. When I got my first teaching job, she took me out for a fancy dinner and told me how proud she was. In one of our last conversations, she said, "Emily has never learned the value of hard work and money. I'm putting you in charge of the trust so you can teach her." I'd kept this a secret, not wanting our family relationships to be about money. Thanksgiving Day arrived, and I was alone. I made myself a simple meal and sat at my small table, feeling the emptiness. Later that night, I got a text from Emily with a photo of the family dinner. Everyone was smiling, and there was no place set for me. My mother was wearing the brooch I'd given her for her birthday, and Emily was in a designer dress that probably cost more than my monthly rent. That's when I decided it was time to take a stand. I remember the email from my grandmother's lawyer, Mr. Harris. It stated that as the trustee, I had full discretionary power over the trust distributions. I called Mr. Harris's office the next day, and he scheduled a meeting for me. When I met him, he explained all my options. I could authorize a standard distribution, defer it, add conditions, or change the schedule entirely. And as long as I acted in good faith, my decisions were virtually unchallengeable. That evening, my mother, father, and Emily showed up at my apartment. It turned out Derek's financial advisor had run a background check on the family and discovered the trust. Emily scoffed. "You? A teacher handling a $15 million trust? This must be a mistake." My mother tried to be diplomatic, saying we should handle it as a family and suggesting she take over as the trustee. But I firmly refused, stating that Grandma Amelia had made her choice for a reason. The next day was the charity gala, the same event Emily and Derek were attending. I'd been a founding donor to the charity for the past 2 years, using the $50,000 personal bequest Grandma Amelia left me. I arrived at the gala wearing a simple black dress and my founding donor badge. When Derek noticed my badge, the whole situation unraveled. He was shocked to learn that I was a major donor to the foundation, and Emily had lied about not knowing me. Mr. Harris, who also attended the gala, then revealed that I managed the substantial trust. The tension in the air was palpable. After the drama at the gala, I decided to defer the distribution for 12 months. I wanted Emily to complete a certified personal financial management course before receiving any funds. Emily was furious, accusing me of ruining her life. But I told her that I was just doing what Grandma Amelia wanted, teaching her the value of money and responsibility. My mother tried to scold me, saying I'd gone too far. I retorted by reminding her of how she'd banished me from Thanksgiving. My father, for the first time, stood up for me, admitting that they'd treated me terribly all these years. In the following days, the fallout was significant. Derek and Emily's engagement was put on hold, and Emily's position at work became awkward. My mother received calls from her social circle, and the story of the Thanksgiving scandal spread like wildfire. On December 2nd, I signed the deferral documents at Mr. Harris's office. Emily finally agreed to take the financial management course, though she was far from happy about it. I also got an email from the Charity Foundation inviting me to join their advisory council. For days before Christmas, I invited a few friends and my father over for dinner. My father seemed nervous, but excited to be in my apartment for the first time. He complimented my place and said it was so me. During dinner, Emily texted me, saying she was trying. I knew trust would take time, but I was willing to let the door crack open a bit. Looking back, I realized that I'd spent years trying to fit into a family that didn't accept me. But now, I felt free, ready to embrace my life and the choices I'd made. I decided to keep teaching, knowing that my job had real impact, and to continue Grandma Amelia's legacy of philanthropy. I only wished I'd had the courage to stand up for myself sooner.